the
Yeah.
video, so it's fine.
But finally,
Let's get started,
let's get
man.
into it.
What are we doing?
The last
What has been
presidential
going
debate
on?
has happened. I know you were
Yes.
watching it. I know I watched a little bit. You know, I think it was a pretty good one. Finally, because they actually decided to enforce the rules.
Yeah, so it was the first one where Daddy Trumpy
Mm.
boy has been muted. He was muted
He
several
got hit by
times.
the Discord mute button.
Yeah,
Shit.
he did. It was really funny, dude. I didn't think they would actually do it. I was very surprised when it happened. Like he was just talking and his mic cut off. I was like, "Whoa, they're having like technical issues," but no, they're muting his
Mm.
ass. So
Yeah, that
yeah,
was
it
funny.
wasn't like the last debate where they really just went off and like Trump was able to just speak for like
Hmm.
several uninterrupted minutes without, being stopped. It wasn't like that this time.
Yeah, I think it was funny though because since these rules were enforced, like it gave the false perception that Donald Trump was being more mature that night. Though I've noticed people were saying like
Yeah,
Donald Trump looked good. You look good. I'm like
that's
what?
true. I think like that's I don't want to say strategy because I hesitate to say
Mm.
he has any form of
No
strategy at any
strategy,
time.
dude. He comes in
Yeah, but like
blind, takes the
but
Addy
but
and,
it
and drops on stage.
if he were smart, I think it
Mm.
is actually a good play to kind of reel it in here. I mean, like if he reads the writing on the wall, like people are really into this pure, not purity politics, but like looking like a
A
nice person.
normal
I don't know.
politician. Yeah.
Yeah, like not heated, not angry. People
Yeah,
don't
but
like
the
that shit,
but the
even
thing
though
also
it's
too, like
you
he
know.
brands himself as I'm not a politician. I'm a businessman. You know.
Yeah,
So.
exactly. Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of his persona to be like a belligerent asshole, but like people
Mm.
just don't like that, in a statesman. They don't want to have to like be embarrassed or think about what their president does, whether
Mm.
it's good or bad. They don't want to have to think about it. They'd rather them just be, ornamental, so to speak.
Mm. Yeah, but I
But
think.
yeah,
What do you think
the
about the
debate itself
performance of
though, did
Biden and Trump?
anything I honestly think I thought that like Biden did much better than
Yeah,
I
for sure.
expected this time. I think that he's like I don't know that we've been joking a lot about the drug shit, right? But
His
like
adrenochrome was wearing off towards the end of it.
yeah, but what is it about like they're so different in the debates. They're
Mm.
so lively. Like when they're doing town halls and stuff,
Mm.
they look like 79-year-old men. They're like
Mm.
they're like kind of, getting up there in years. They're slowing down. And like I don't mean that in a negative way. I'm
Mm.
just saying they're like old men. But like at the debate, they're like spry young 20-year-olds. They're like
Mm.
rattling off their talking
Mm.
points, like not skipping a beat. Joe like, stumbles over his words every now and again, but in a cute way, you know? Like
Mm.
I was surprised. I thought they both did well. I don't think Trump really made a fool of himself at any point tonight, during that debate
I
like he
mean,
did in the
a
previous
couple
one.
of times.
But like, yeah, I mean,
Calling people who show up to their court
oh,
case, the lowest of the low
that
IQs.
was yeah, that was a
Um,
particularly weird moment for me. Like
it
that
was
came
so
out of left
funny. He's
field.
like, you know what? I shouldn't say it. I'm gonna say
Yeah,
it.
he was like, "Somebody hold me back. I'm
Someone
gonna
hold
say
me.
it."
I'm gonna say it on
Yeah,
national
that the IQ
television.
comment, that was definitely
Mm,
probably the weirdest moment of the
yeah.
night. It was like the scariest moment of the night, but I mean, it's nothing new. Par
Yeah,
for
when
the
that
course,
happened, I
really.
was fucking laughing. I'm like, wait, what is he about to say?
Yeah, I thought he was about to bring up some
Yeah.
stats like, oh, so anyway, despite being only 13%, whoa, Mr. Trump, relax. That's
Whoa.
when his mic gets
Yeah.
muted, bro.
Mute, 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 mute. Fuck, yeah. That was crazy.
Yeah.
But it's so dumb, too, because recently, I don't know if you heard about the Hunter Biden stories in the Hunter Biden laptop. Have you heard anything about this?
Laptop? No, I haven't heard
So
anything.
basically, like, Rudy Giuliani, I think it's who it was, like dropping this story, right, about Hunter Biden. And basically, it's he like left his laptop at some like tech shit, and like he gave it to these reporters, and they saw some damning shit about Hunter Biden. Basically, just like him like smoking crack, the working man's drug,
Already known,
mind you.
by the way. That makes him 10 times cooler.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what anyone says, dude. I would hang out with Hunter Biden. He's probably a
Yeah.
badass, man.
Yeah, and like just nudes, like him, snorting fucking shit off hooker's ass. But I mean, like,
Children, probably. I mean, let's be honest. It's probably children. I
but
mean,
like, I don't know
it's
why
just,
these Republicans are rolling with this shit. Like this, like, is not gonna affect Biden. Like, if anything, like you're just making
no.
Biden look like, yeah, of course, my son's dealt with the drug problems, and he's as many Americans do, have drug problems,
Yeah.
and just make,
It's like the single worst thing
yeah,
to attack him on, like having a son that's a
mm,
drug addict. And also, not even just a drug addict. He's like a recovered drug
mm,
addict. He's like a success story,
Yeah.
like joins the Navy at like 30 because he's, I don't
Mm.
know, a dumbass or whatever. Doesn't feel like he's achieving anything in life. Gets tossed, dishonorably discharged for pissing hot with cocaine, which means like, by the way, if you fail a cocaine drug test, that means you've like done cocaine within the past like 20 minutes. You know what I mean?
He
So
took it
like
right
he's
after the
snorting
test.
cocaine in like basic fucking
Mm.
bathroom. It's interesting man for
Yeah.
sure. Way more interesting than his brothers and way less ghoulish. Definitely not like a good person. But as far as Biden's go, I would say Hunter's like the least bad.
Yeah,
You know.
but the reason as to why I think they're trying to run with this story is because they're trying to do 2016. Hillary had a lot of shit going on with her. With the emails and Benghazi and shit like that, right? They're just trying to pull another 2016, trying to like, oh, Biden's the most corrupt politician you've ever seen. Worse than Hillary, right? They're trying to do another 2016, maybe, but the
Yeah.
strategy's not working. Like,
No, and I
because
think
Biden's
I
the
think
most
it's an
centrist, the
interesting.
most lame
Yeah.
politician, the most
That's
neoliberal.
it. That's you're really hitting the nail on the head, I think, because like that strategy worked so uniquely well with Hillary because of how unlikable she was. Like
Mm,
because even Democrats were like not really excited about her.
yeah.
And I don't know, Trump's in a weird way, Trump's presidency has energized a lot of Democrats for someone like Joe Biden, who in theory you could say is just as like, just as not progressive as Hillary Clinton. I don't know a better way to put it,
Mm,
like in terms of policy, Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton, like they're not that much on a they're very alike in that way. And I think Trump's presidency is what has made Biden so successful. We would not have seen Biden succeed so hard. We might have seen someone like Pete Buttigieg or even Bernie, but
mm,
because of Trump, Biden has become a very unique beast that
yeah.
cannot be conquered
A lot
apparently.
of people
And
just want to
and I
return
wanted
to
to
normalcy.
yeah, exactly. I wanted to go on that vein a little bit more too,
Mm,
in terms of Biden winning. New poll out of Florida puts him at 50%, puts Trump at 48%. So still a tight race.
mm,
As everyone knows, Florida is a really big swing
yep.
state. Famously, in 2000, George Bush stole the election in Florida using his Supreme Court,
Mm,
or the Supreme Court. And there have been many concerns lately with Trump's Supreme Court. Breaking fucking news last night: Amy Barrett was confirmed, so she is our
yep.
115th, I believe,
Got it.
Supreme Court
Yeah, and they were
justice.
they were rushing in that shit. They were trying to get that shit done
Yeah,
as quickly as possible before Biden fucking takes this dub. And it's
yeah,
funny. I actually have a story because the other day, of course, head hanging low, driving to the nearest early voting place, which was this library. And it was so funny because I was like standing in line, like waiting to vote for Biden. Sucks, but I feel like it's the moral vote, right? To vote for Biden
right.
right now.
Could be worse.
Could be worse. But I
Yeah,
thought it was funny because like I was standing in line and it was there's Trump supporters, of course, fucking standing nearby, waving their Trump flags, fucking simping for Trump, which is honestly the most disgusting thing. Like I see
yeah.
these people and I'm like, why? Like it's a Sunday afternoon. It's a beautiful day, and here you are on the side of the road waving this Trump
Double
flag,
cheeked up.
making your young kids less than 10 also wave these flags, which it's honestly just despicable. But I thought it was funny
Yeah,
because
dude.
someone drove by playing the "Fuck Donald Trump" song. I thought that was the funniest shit ever. Honestly brave man because I thought he was gonna get
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
shot at.
They'll fucking shoot at you, bro.
Yeah, for
That's
real.
crazy. I've been thinking lately about taking my Bernie sticker off my car because, like, first of all, I'm
That's
not
a
even
you're a
like that big of
target,
a
bro.
fan
You're
anymore.
a
Yeah,
target.
exactly.
Fuck.
Literally, like, I'm not even like a huge fan of them anymore.
Mm.
So I don't know. I just feel like I'm putting a target on my back.
Yeah, for real. You're gonna get like
Having
your
that
tire
sticker.
slash. They're gonna put
Yeah.
like a car bomb on your shit.
Not like I'm not ashamed to be a leftist, and I
Mm.
would unironically probably die for it.
Mm.
But like, I don't want to be mildly inconvenienced by it.
Right, like
Like I don't
someone
want to
breaks
get
your
my
window
car like
because of it, or like
yeah,
someone slashed your.
exactly.
Yeah, it's like that's a lot. Tires are
Yeah,
expensive.
exactly. Yeah, it's just something I don't want to deal with. But
Mm.
man, it's I don't know, this polling shit, like I mean Biden, like he's got it, man. Like
Yeah.
it's looking locked down. And I know out of Texas, like his this is the most voting participation
Mm.
already before the election has even happened there are already more young voters than there were in 2016
We're a week
already,
away.
and it's not even November 3rd. So
Yep.
yeah, um, I don't know, man. It's
Mm.
looking bad for Trump.
Yeah.
A lot of the Supreme Court stuff it concerns me, but I don't think that with the Bush scenario,
Mm.
right, in 2000, it was just such a different scenario. I just don't think that it's
It was
likely
a
that
new
Trump will
strategy.
succeed.
It was a new
Yes,
play.
exactly. It was a new play, and like I don't think Trump is liked enough. Like George Bush
Mm.
was hated, of course, but like he was not as divisive, I guess, in a way. I don't know how to
Controversial.
put it because like people weren't paying as much attention to him, I
Mm.
guess is a way to say it, because he wasn't Trump.
Mm.
And I just feel like Trump can't pull that off. I
Yeah,
could be
he has
wrong, and
all
I would
his
hate to
eyes
be
on
wrong.
him right now.
Yes, exactly. Like people are expecting him to do something shady to the point where it'd be very difficult to get away with it at this point. And I think he's
Mm.
fucked. I really think that Biden's got it, for better or for worse. And we'll see.
Mm.
We'll see if I'm wrong
Yeah,
though.
but we also have another story.
Yeah, go.
I don't know if you want to like, because I haven't been stopping the recording. I don't know if like when, like you feel like okay, like we can stop
Oh,
the recording.
I don't care. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna stop the recording after this story. So, there's another story, right? They're deploying National Guard in Texas on election day, and this is
Mm.
worrying Texas Democrats. What do you think about that?
Did they say why? Where is Texas Democrats? I mean, like, I don't know because in one way,
Mm.
I would say that like there's something to be said about like
Mm.
protecting people who want to vote,
Mm.
but at the same time, like they're probably not doing that. They're
Mm.
intimidating people who want to vote away from voting. I don't know, because like it reminds me, it harkens back to a time, like when black people first got the right to vote, for
Mm.
example, and like a lot of white people would literally physically block them from voting and be like, yeah, you have the right to vote, but you functionally don't have it because you're not able to exercise
Mm.
that right. And like
I'm about to stop
I
it.
worry that it could be a scenario like that where the National Guard's not preventing people from voting, but people don't vote because they don't want to like be involved in that
Mm.
situation. So
Yeah.
it terrifies me, but
Mm.
I don't know, like what would they actually do? It's not like they're gonna start shooting people at the polls.
Not
Who
yet.
knows? Not yet. Yeah,
I mean,
they're
what
not
worries
to
me
that
is,
point yet.
Trump was saying like, on November 3rd, like any form of resistance, he's gonna crush it, like, and he also like going to what happened in Minneapolis. He's like, we sent in the National Guard and we took it down. It was quick, 15
Right.
minutes.
Him comparing those riots
Mm.
to the election, I did air quotes by the way for the audio only listeners.
Mm.
Him comparing those quote unquote riots to the election crowds, like people who are going to be protesting just naturally as they always do on that day, like is a terrifying thought. But you have to ask yourself, like, what is he actually capable of doing? What does he have the
Mm.
political capital to do? And I don't think that he has the political capital to do anything drastic. He might go down kicking and screaming, and he's already done incalculable damage
Mm.
to the government, especially our judicial system. But as far as like a coup or like a blatant government overthrow, I just don't see it. Do you
Yes.
disagree or?
No, I agree with you. I think everyone agrees that Trump is a proto-fascist, and the worst is yet to come. Tom Khan.
Absolutely, I see him more as a stepping stone.
Yeah.
I don't think he's much of a threat anymore.
Mm. But like I feel like he's laying the foundation for someone even worse to come, normalizing these fascist shit in our government. So, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see soon. I feel.